AFPC is pleased to announce that our 2016 Decision Aid tool is now open. This tool will help you jointly decide on the best policy type, coverage level, unit structure, trend adjustment option, and shallow loss option for your farm. You can go to the site at decisionaid.afpc.tamu.edu, and I'm going to show you a demo and walk you through it right now. Once you log into the site, you'll use your email address that you used to register previously. Once you log in, you'll see your previous data still there in the system. The thing you might want to do is, and should do if you have new yields, is update your data to include your 2015 realized yields from your RMA insurance sheets. So I'm going to put in a yield here. It's important that you use only A yields in this instance, and I'm just going to put in some example data there, and I'll just do it for one of my units so we can move along. But the process should only take a second. I've just added my yield there. Once you're done editing or adding to your data, you can go to the 2016 Insurance tool. It's the top tool on the right hand side under Available Tools. There'll be a brief screen telling you what this tool does, which I had just mentioned to you. And you should see a list here on the next screen of available clumps. So a clump being a state, county, crop, and type and practice combination. So if you have multiple crops entered into your data, you could see multiple items listed here. In this case, in this account, I only have irrigated corn in Deaf Smith County, Texas. So I'm going to show you what an analysis looks like for that situation. On the next screen, you'll have just a little bit of data to enter. You'll need to tell us what election you made with FSA. In this example data, I have 2 RMA tracts, and they happen to have been in 2 different FSA numbers. So I could potentially have chosen Ark County on one of my tracts and PLC on the other one, so I'm going to enter it that way. The last thing that you'll have to enter before you push go is a projected price, and assuming your sales closing date has not already come and gone, in which case we should have your projected price already filled in, you can go and use RMA's tool to get a best guess at this time projected price. So I'm going to open that in a new tab and show you how that works quickly. So you'll want to select the Your Price option at the top left of their page, and you'll want to select 2016 insurance here. In this case, this example is for corn. I'm using a conventional practice, that is to say not an organic practice. I'm in Texas, and I have a sales closing date of February 15th. I just push View, and based on current futures prices as I record this video, 382 is the best guess for what the eventual projected price will be for this situation. Once I enter that, I simply push Analyze Options, and then you'll see this processing screen briefly. If you have several RMA tracks, or if you're doing a cotton analysis, you may see that screen for several minutes. Don't give up, it should finish. Once you're done there, you will come to the results screen. So by default, this screen will be showing you what we call efficient choices. In this case, just to start off, I'm going to show you all choices. So for this example, the system has analyzed 384 total insurance choice combinations, and as that number grows for different situations, the total number of combinations could be quite large. So by default, we only show you a subset of choices that you might think of that you might want to consider better choices. That's not to say that for you might choose any of them, but the choices that we describe as efficient choices have some desirable properties. So you can see here that this plot features risk on the horizontal axis and a reward measure on the vertical axis. So for all of the points in here, the points that we describe as efficient do not have any points that could have a greater reward for the same amount of risk or less risk for the same amount of reward. That is to say, efficient choices do not have any points that are either to the left or above or both of that first point. So efficient choices are good choices. So I'm going to show you those. And once you can browse these output points by clicking on each point, and then you'll be presented with more data about that specific choice of combinations on the right-hand side of the screen. So for this point I've selected, the trend adjustment option is true. We've selected to exclude from our production history the year 2011. We've chosen revenue protection as our policy, an 85% coverage level, an enterprise unit structure, and no supplemental insurance option, that is to say no SCO in this case. And the expected net revenue, which is our value plotted on the vertical axis, and the standard deviation of net revenue, that's our risk measure, plotted on the horizontal axis, are presented here as numbers on the bottom of this right-hand side panel. So for this particular choice, I have a few good choices here. Down in the bottom left, if I like to minimize risk but with less reward, if I'm willing to accept higher risk and desire a higher potential reward, I have some good choices up here. And again, I can click on those points and see the details of those election combinations as well. Just one final reminder, each of these points reflects market receipts, crop insurance premiums and indemnities, shallow loss premiums and indemnities, and FSA program payments. For each point, we've run a simulation of 500 possible future outcomes, and that point reflects the expected net revenue and the risk about that expected net revenue. So if you have any questions or need any help or have any comments, you can email us at info@afpc.tamu.edu, and watch for additional features coming soon to this website. And thank you for using AFPC Decision Aids.